ene efano enya ahweso ewo off kasamfoini so ibutu Taifa Johnson enkra kro kese mu ayato peti ewiase Ghana enimu adasa wei ensam ayaboabo no oman Ghana mu amono ne nsam na yasone so akekabubom se off enwumre nonum ene fakase bonam somfo na akwasi amofa mababa gino ha mede ababa sumu yensami etwagu ewo Facebook off TV sanso na YouTube ubenya ye ho ewo off TV afi uko Google Play Store ya app eda ho a off TV fa won saboso na download fabra wo phone no so afi baby a wonam bia no upesa wo hwa ye nea wo yu phone ana do nsaboso se ye yi movie ye osori ye kanyamesam ye kan news ni nyina no ubetumi aka ye ho na won so watimi ne di dwumadie no na ensam no yenhwe de eba bedi mu akotun no ebi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia etumi akasa ede afa mayeku MPP ema ye chechecheche wo mo ho se entimi emo won mu ehu afinso European Union ambassador kase Ghana ese yetumi esi kasam na amamuo mu asumdie se de be ya be mafoforo ebetumi ato yesika no emu Ghana mampanyini John Dramani Mahamanso etumi akase afi 2027 no SHS double track system no ebeba no awieye Samson ebeba wiem ewo Ghana Registration Nurses and Midwife Association omonso kasa se NHS ka wontia no amajuma foka krabi enutina mapomuden etumi ayedimpa yebekwa kopiemu ewo Francis Xavier Sosu ononso na esane esre Oswafo Shensen so se omwano ewo pantan ayaresabia no emu ayaresabia no ho na yebegina emu nso wabra banu Daniel da ayaresabia no etumi akasa edifia eniema fofra opese oye ensu emu afie de ni betremu ewo kwawu eno na menu kase 24-hour economy market project no omotimi asase ewo krankra wei enen sam ahodro bebro ekeka ho ena mosomfo na nakwasi amofa meda me hutawu na makwa ba me ba afi menya bre etimi esane epona mabonum ede amawo na wufifie akwachuma anase wufre adwuma mu abafie ana utia wonachia untimi mfa okasamfoni no enkobo obika mu eni ntini ko Facebook bo off TV hono mama Google Play Store na app no da off TV Samsung na YouTube ubenya me ho Africa se bono emu enchiremu nie yes edi free opanyina no na etu franka dia mama yokuo NPP Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ena eka edi atromu atra Ghana fo afi NDC aban sa tetra omo manfo no omo ma wei entumi emmo wo hu na wo kan nsam ye trese wabla na manyoku MPP woso no yenya nipa no bebra omo soligina di na nado dankwa akufo odo atam Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia yetumi di biye no ye di preko etimi di to preti so se de be yankremofo beto atia no fisen kremofo timpreko yenya nipa binum te se sami jemfinum eka se urade nkum na nadoma yen ebim betra TV so keka nsem bebre wabra ya nya omo hwefeso mo hu se eye kabi ma min kabi enti wo ya da ya obi begu hu fin na ndi si aban eba ye se wo yem pipi ni mpo no keka se dum so aba na ya baba bechewo we na nam so ema wode to empanifo anim se omo nse no muntumi emfa omanu ntum na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eka wei wobra okosia suku fo mpanifo ansa na MPP boot camp no esase wo se democracy eye kabi na min kabi na yentie nsema Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia editu eja
Tescon TESCON. TESCON. But a huge thank you very much. This is I'm This is a great evening to herald the training program that you are going to go through in the next few days. MPP, we believe in the youth. And Dr. Baumia believes in the youth. I want you to be assured that this training program is for your benefit, because we want the youth to take key leadership positions, and we cannot get you into key leadership positions if we don't prepare you for the uptake of these leadership positions. And that is why this training program is going to take place over the next 2 to 3 days. 2028, inshallah, it is going to happen in 2028. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. And we are going to work towards it. We are not going to sit down and say it will happen, but we are going to work. And that is why we are beginning the work early. And the training is to make sure that when we are in government, you will be able to occupy key leadership positions in this country. And that is where we are going to. The youth will take over the key positions as we move forward in this country. You know that the votes is largely youth dominated. 2028, as was in 2024, will be a youth dominated election. And that is why we are going to really make a lot more effort with TESCON this time around than we did in 2024. So you are about 115 institutions who are here, and you will see me on a lot of campuses this year, next year, and 2028. We will take the debate, the ideas to the country, and we will make our case. We are, however, saying that we will not be intimidated. You can arrest all of us. We will come back and make it our case to the people of Ghana. And so I want all of you to come together as we are doing to make sure that in 2028, MPP comes back. We have a lot more to say, but I want to thank all of you tonight for making it here, and I ask you to enjoy the training and to learn a lot from it. May God bless you all. It is possible in 2028. Thank you very much.
European Union Ambassador Edema Ghana Anidiani Runis Kanibach Etumi Akase SSA Ghana Kura Amamuo Emu Ewa Sumjemu Nisikasemu Jinapian Eso Okasa Ewa Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Program Biase and Okase Omaya Sumje Womunum Amaname Mufufra Epese Wandi Wansika Ebetumu Enti Ghana, etwase yetumi echinemu sane ebeya ebeboa ema oman etimi atumpom efisi asumdwe wuhia ene sikasem so wuhia na se wuni asumdwe wa amanyosema usikasem entumi engina to wasra oman Ghana se Ghana yenkwa amemuomu ewa asumdwe ene sikasemu ginapen eso.
I think that the economy, the peace and security and the democracy is all very successful in Ghana. However, it's a real challenge to ensure that the economic stability is sustainable. We know that it's largely based on very high gold prices, but also on successful reforms. The question is whether there will be willingness enough to maintain the reforms and to maintain a sustainable expense policy also as we approach elections. When it comes to stability, we see that Ghana is a peaceful and stable island in very unruly waters. We do everything we can also to assist Ghana in its endeavors to remain peaceful and stable, but we also see the threats of spillovers from the Sahel and other unruly countries around. When it comes to the democracy, we have seen since '92 there has been a series of democratic elections, and on the election front, the democracy is extremely successful. I think also the democratic rights enjoyed by Ghanaians is scoring very high. The capabilities of exercising your democratic duties as Ghanaians is maybe a bit more questionable. Are you really holding those in power accountable? Is the democracy reflected in a social cohesion and a social contract in between elections also? This is where I see room for improvement, or at least a challenge that will have to be dealt with.
Ghanaian youths want to...
Well, enumunu and I was Ghana in cry and so said. And my far democratic rights and ni agro. Yam funny Juma na akanifuo. Entimenya wo Juma ye. Or Sanso Kase. Ghana bet to me and yam for so kasi free European Union. Every global gateway investment package inu emu. Na afi nkoswo. Eni e Juma etimi aba omayimu. Yentie ni nsema oka edi ewie eto.
So, since 2022, the EU has established what we call the Global Gateway Investment Package for Africa, 150 billion euros. This is a huge amount, of course. It's a merger of traditional development financing, of international financial institutions financing, and private sector investments. Today, Ghana is the biggest investor in Ghana is the EU, and the EU is the biggest export market for Ghana also. We're also the biggest development partner. But things are changing a little bit now with the investment package. It's an offer. Ghana has to make itself attractive to benefit from this offer. It has to make sure that it has the required political and macroeconomic stability, that they have the business-friendly climate, that they have the functioning infrastructures, that makes it the legal frameworks, that makes itself attractive for European investors. If that is in place, then the European investors will come. If it's in place but not as good as in neighboring countries, then the European investors will go to neighboring countries.
Oman Penyini John Dramani Mahama, Slemu Sejata, the Northern Giant, and Etumidi and some are there about to job. Efa a free SHS and home. And on our tramu say, and Fiam Pim Yonu at Yonun soon and Cosino. Now, Mangani, I'm off Ranoma, Omoko a yellow, blue, and green on. Now you to me a year did a free warning, and a double track and on. And when our tramu said, what to me aqua tabri, Sikakasi a $300 million. Wabra suku makumaku at Yonum, I will Mangane more. O kwakwasisi adan ahodo ma ebetumi aboa na afi ya mofra no ma we kwa na we ya bafie we bafia na we ya kono etumi ayi ade afiri wo eno na o ka biam na wo kire mu se double track no e ma suku fo dodo etumi ko suku nanso adesua mu haw ne nsese de no e ya basabasa ye bebre ni senti no o hye se nkopim afimpim yenu eduonu ensu ni mu de na on man Ghana double track no yetumi efrimu yentie nsema Ghana manpeni John Dramani Mahama edito Ghana for you.
In this regard, government has secured a $300 million facility from the World Bank to upgrade 50 senior high schools nationwide under the title Transformative Secondary Education, Transformation for Access, Results and Relevance for Jobs Initiative. The acronym is STAR-J, STARR, and then -J. Under this project, 30 Category C senior high schools will be upgraded to Category B. 20 Category B schools will be upgraded to Category A. This strategic investment is not simply about expanding infrastructure, it is fundamentally about promoting equity, improving quality, and widening opportunities for every Ghanaian child. The STAR-J project will also operationalize the Community Day School concept. New e-blocks are going to be built in urban and peri-urban communities. These are going to be community day schools. So this will help ease the growing pressure on boarding facilities and expand access to quality secondary education closer to urban families. Beyond access, the project places strong emphasis on improving quality across all senior high schools.
Mi boremu ewo nsem fufuro ma na ye kwakwa kopie mu ewo esuo jaman ni nyina no eye enipa won ewo ho ena wonu ebu afupa na omubu afu enyina no eye prepaid meters ni enyina mahoden a omu etumi ejije eho eka no enu ena oman ni mu kasamafo Michael wolenyo ekase 40 meters meter enye and a Water River Authority at the baye na enipa pi etumi enya kabebre na yesi meter no enye ukoto prepaid na obwa sabanso ena beba ho ena bo ho ne beba begia chese wodi ka 50 na ahiri e de ko 500 wodi ka 500 bo se no kasa di bi be ka ho 5000 enam so emo omunhunu amane ni sentino abanu enhwe omunfo mu nansi form se ne be ya ebetumi abo wo mo ema ka omutua no wo enyina mahoden so no etu atimi abafo.
Yo, sit down. Our concerns are, we are 5 communities which Water River Authority supplies electricity in our homes. So, barely about 12 years ago, some postpaid meters were posted on our homes. But the way the meters were reading, we're not satisfied about it. So we petitioned the past government, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, through demonstration. So after that, PRC was asked to come and investigate the issue. When on this issue, until some of us, our postpaid meters got damaged. The first meters who brought this demonstration, those days some of us pay about 250, 280 series about 10 years ago. But when the meters were changed to a different product, our bills dropped drastically to 80, 90 against 250. So imagine for the past 8 years, 80, 90 Ghana cedis against 250 Ghana cedis. You can strike that differences, which become a debt. But along the line, PRC was not able to rule this issue successfully. Always when we come, they go and come, forward and back, forward and back. Not quite so long, about 2-3 years ago, prepaid meters were mounted on our walls without our knowledge. If you say we owe on an old meter, you didn't call us to tell us where the debts are coming from. All that they do is they come and mount the prepaid and put a token of maybe 10 cedis on it. When it got finished, you are asked to come and make payment plan for the old debt, which people owe over 10,000, based on the damaged meters that they brought, or expiring meters that VRA brought to us. Just last week Tuesday, PRC came all along from Accra to engage the communities, Tosca, Mangwase, Afaben, and Akosombo. And in response to our question, VRA is saying some of meters are old, so that's why they're changing it. Meaning they know those meters are expired, which have brought this accumulated bill. We wrote to the energy minister, like earlier said, we are appealing to the president of this republic, His Excellency Mahama, to intervene with the energy minister to investigate this issue very well. One, VRA is taking 50 cedis service charge from our prepaid secretly without your knowledge. You think you have about 50 cedis on your prepaid. Before you realize, your meter will start to be blinking. When you're going to buy power now, they will tell you, they will sell the power for you and you write 10 cedis, 73 pesos on a receipt. But when you're going for your statement, as I'm having here, on the statement, service charge is 000. So we think something is going wrong among the technical service. And we are appealing to the government or the president and the energy minister to institute an independent body, underline independent body, excluding the PRC, to revisit this issue. We are not a violence community. We don't want what's happening in other districts, other regions or places like Somalia and other places. We don't want it. We are all one people here. So our appeal to the government is they should investigate this matter once again, excluding the PRC, independent body like we mentioned.
Omusansu Echomun Sambiamu at the Etrase. Wabra Public Utilities Regulation Commission, Ese Munum, was a some meters no Emma one prepaid meters. And no Ukutakade, and ya would you koto a year electricity ya uba, not the abetra so quick, and I'll bet me a phone. And ya know what all, Umoba money moon, Netimia Baba Beguso. And una workers say, Minuka say what I so you want 50 CD service, fee biara wabra ubeto credit. And the credit bia ubetono. Busumi bia, omoto 50 Ghana CD, and a edi efrimo. Na way esimu saying, and a yaman so say, and to Sabana Mame to dia, and no man casabetu two, edi egu form. Yen sama masanso editors.
Not giving the government ultimate, but as soon as possible, because still the heat is there. We are not forcing the government. As soon as possible, they can come out. They should come to our aid and revisit the issue. Thank you. For example, I will not mention the guest house. About 3 weeks ago, a guest house was asking for a power to run the guest house for the night. They deny the people power. So within some few hours in the night, they ran off out of power. So imagine somebody's business also is collapsing there. Tomorrow, I don't think somebody will go and sleep there. You see, we can buy power at your any time, but otherwise they have a timetable for it. If you don't buy at that moment, then you are in trouble. Every customer is affected by this. Nobody will be singled out.
So roughly, how many people have been affected by this?
I may say the whole community. Almost the community. Akosombo, Mangwase, Boom, or New Tosca, Achansi, Ganakbe, and Afabi.
Now, Abramuka Saviano and Emrantia and the Chrome for Fonso, Etimi Ebokoko, at the Actual Electricity Company of Ghana. Sir, baby biada omushe apart from amono ewo eye esuo jamaino enkura keka hu yinada no omutua Ghana 11 CDC na Ghana 12 CDC pe na beside no monko de ukoto credit biada na yetimi ateo 50 Ghana cedis eno na obokoko se sabano anya bibi amfamfa ho dia ene oha no ebetumi ayekase pa na yenti omonsema omutimi kan edi chatio.
Sisiano, you can respond. We need a response right now, any moment from now. Because if we do not hear any response from 1 week to 2 weeks time, then we shall advise ourselves, and we will start taking the meters down because the meter is not good for us.
Thank you. Thank you.
So question? We are expecting, sir. 1, Akosombo, we have operators, we have AD quarters. We have new quarters. VNR has given them flat rate. Combined, we also need flat rate. Finish. Because if VNR can give operators flat rate, AD quarters flat rate, mixed like the same combined, and new quarters, everybody, Akosombo and other communities, we need a flat rate. Because if they are paying 50 Ghana for light, 50 Ghana for water per month, and they are paying 100 cedis for utilities. We combine, we need 100 cedis, and all other communities, we need.
Are you guys angry?
Yes, we are very angry. So thank you.
All right, thank you.
Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association and Ghana Pomudia Jumano Timia Yadimpa Eddie Amawonom and na association no the vice president Akpogulo Samuel Alakola Kasa se NHIS ka won January every November Bosuminum Eddie Eba Bepim June and May Bosumia Yewomi Amaya Resabia Ahodo no enye Jumamu Ohapa Kesia na etumi asia every sesikaniwa omobetimi edi aya juma ema wona ekuta national health insurance eba beji apomodin wosiwa yo hakasepa etumi edi ama wonom enti omosro sofo a ono na hwe Ghana ya pomodin sansanso se won hwe na e kai da ho every November bosome afimpim yenu aduonu enum nimu abapim eye mebusumi afimpim yenu aduonu ensia yimu no omo hwe no muntumi enyim firi wanya sade a eniam abekoso ayeden edi amawo.
I was telling you about health insurance. November last year. So what do you think from December to what are they using to run the hospital? And let me put this correct. There is no single amount going to the health institutions from government of Ghana. It is what the hospital generates, that is what they are using to run. If there are monies moving from the ministries or from central government to health facilities, they are project funds specific. They are not for hospital service. So the money generated in the hospitals is what the hospitals used to run. So if you don't pay them for this lengthy period, what do you expect them to do? The suppliers are chasing them. Work that need to be done in the hospital, basically the repair, they cannot do it. We nurses, we have a good strength of our conditions and services to be catered for by the IGF. On-call facilitation allowance, and many others. All these are hinged on the IGF. So as a union, if we don't speak, we are only cheating our members, because if the hospital don't have the money to do critical things, it will be unreasonable for any union leader to go and say, pay my members this. So we will attack where we need to attack. Health insurance should pay the facilities as they did when they started last year. In fact, last year it was very impressive. And that is what I have been carrying around over the period. I didn't know that things have changed again. Because last year they said, oh, now health insurance is paying us promptly. If you don't get your money, you didn't submit early. And in fact, I was so happy. Now, I was shocked yesterday, November last year. I've gotten another facility. It is October last year. How do you expect them to run the hospital? Where will they get resources to put the quality infrastructure to render the type of quality service that the population expects from us?
Osansu atwani nsem biamu ade atwese adwumai foka krabi ene woniema ehuhia omutimi ade ya adwuma na obeba no ayaresabia ho na niema pa etwase anasisifo yenya no omutimi di sayade no na ebi ni ho ene na okase se nurses no entimi anoa won ho ama system no a ayalefo bebre ena ebehunu amane na yentie nsema okan ye editwato
against hospitals in the country. In as much as we know that Ghanaians have the rights to life, they have the right to health. The system we are running now is not the best. One, staff shortage, critical equipment. If you go to the rural areas, some work that should have been done by other professionals, another professional will have to do it next. If you get a trauma and you need surgery in the rural area, the most likely person to do the surgery is a nurse. But that is those things are for the medical officers. Now, if they begin to see that, oh, he wasn't even qualified, and he did it, what do you think will happen? If they come with full back and watch, and that is where they will complain again. And when we came, they didn't even mind us. As nurses, we know our role, but the system is set that sometimes we are willing, within the limited skills that we have, to be sure that we help other help fill the gaps that are in the system. So if you sue us, it means our standard of care is below a certain level. And if the court examines the facts as it may and realize that indeed it has fallen below standard, obviously the court will grant. And they are asking for what? Huge amounts of money. I can tell you a district hospital cannot generate 1 million in a year, mostly in the rural areas. So if you go and say, I am suing them for 2 million, 3 million, what you are saying, you will sell the hospital, take your 2 million, and the health of the people, whatever that will happen. We are not saying they shouldn't sue us. Where there is pure medical negligence, at least people should be compensated, and that will help the system to put the needed resources that we can harness to ensure that we deliver that standard of care that the public expects from us. But that is not the situation.
Omanyimu apomudin swafo kwabena minta akano ase Ghana Health Service on for client service unit emra yaresabia nyinamu ewo oman Ghana na ni buta ye nyinane se webabua ama yalifuo enyane yepa eni entam emwa ni nyinane se obetimi akwa yaresabia wabra open entam no na afi yesiko kwa yawo kade kwa cheko brade faha yese kwa tuasika wei ewa accountant wo na wabano kwa brani ama receipt na odi bema watire no wasade akwa accountant wo na ene wode stamp na wode aboso na utianye ya entom na yenwie na omfani nko na yenhwe ni moja ni nsuo na jana ne jonso a yentam no enkonkoma doctor no na cherese wanhwa eniema eya aginsemu eno na otremu se sa ya client service unity bema yaresabia nyina na afi ayarefo etimi anya ne yepa eni entem emwa na yentie ensema omaya pomudin soafo kwabra minta kando etimi erisegu Ghana fo asu.
Client services is becoming a major concern. Yesterday I saw a video circulating widely from, I hear, allegedly coming from Takwa. And so it's been in the system for some time. And so I have directed the Director General that we give it a critical attention. What I am directing the service to do is that they must have an experience and a senior health professional at each facility who will be in charge of client services. So that person, or even if it's a department, they will be liaising between the client, the patient, and the health professionals. So it is something, that's why I needed the Director General to hear. Once I say it, it's up to him to implement it. And so this is something we are going to do. It's becoming very topical, and you must listen to the people. I think that it's about time we get a whole unit, a whole department in every health facility where we will have a senior health professional who will be liaising between the patient, the doctors, the patient, the nurses, the patient, the pharmacists, so that if there are concerns, their responsibility is to be rolling, up and down, going up and down to touch every corner of the facility, making sure that every patient who comes to the facility is well taken care of, and he will understand the language of the health, because he or she will be a health professional himself, and he will be a senior officer, so he will be able to direct the junior ones and his colleagues. And so it is something that we are going to take it up, and we'll also be investing in capacity building.
Health workers, medical negligence who asem enti ema obia mfra no ho ania from minister brana bla behwemu ewo efie kuma hospital bra kuma si hospital bra ha hospital ena watra se oma mahwe ne mabone ekoso ye wo ma ye omosiwa ye se wodi nsam na fa hode koma wonom na omomu wi a omotimi ade abo osofo no na se wanfa so dia enya bra wono no obetimi agina mu etumi aka nsam ade ama wose was a complaint and nsam ade beba no etimi fa kwampa so se ne be betumi aboa afi yentie no katwato.
I will talk to our health professionals. Of course, let me admit and celebrate those who are doing wonderfully well. Let us not create the impression as though it is all of them. I mean, majority of them are doing well, but of course, there are very few ones of them who are destroying the image of the profession. And sometimes too, if you are not there and you don't understand the circumstances they find themselves in, you may also judge wrongly. You may judge wrongly. Sometimes they become overwhelmed, you know, and so these are some of the challenges. And let me put it on record. This one is very important to me. Irrespective of however any health professional will behave in any health facility, nobody, absolutely nobody, has any right to attack the person. You don't have that right. I am not encouraging them to quote unquote misbehave, but even if they do, you don't have the right to attack them. At best, you have to report, and we take it from there.
Johnny, I find say Francis Xavier Sosu, and so Eka say one sunny NC a yapantine, ne Damfa Hospital no ye. Or sin fear pinie, hospital no enyam faswo, and in Koswo biada. A dance ye moon, see a dibi beka home, ye didn't feed the fufra beka home, ye didn't yama fufra beka home, near order dana, into a boko say, so I won't be beer upon dear Jumano, a bear ding our hall, Casavia no and or being full, Christian or Wusu and Swakasa say, Ghana and here emergency, ne critical care system, a yading, said a bear bema apomuding, et me a mine.
I want to use the platform to appeal to health minister. He's here. Pantan Hospital. We beg. We beg. We really want to redevelop Pantan Hospital. When health minister used to be the ranking member of the health committee in parliament, I know how he was so active when he came to Pantan Hospital. By God's grace, he is the health minister today. I want to use the platform to appeal to him that we pay a little attention to Pantan Hospital so that we can redevelop Pantan Hospital. Beyond what Kwame Nkrumah did, no government has done anything to improve mental health in Ghana, especially with the Pantan Hospital. So we want to beg the health minister that he will come to our aid so we can redevelop Pantan Hospital. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, when he came to Medina, he promised us. He says that he will develop Pantan Hospital into a modern, it's a first-class mental health facility. So now we want to hold him accountable to that. Imagine that we can redevelop Pantan.
Piemu ewo oti any voter mantamu and a National Identification Authority NIA akasa watire mofra beye 32,000 ewo voter and oti mantamu ama won Ghana card na Executive Secretary Wisdom Kwaku eye deku etumi akase awofo ema omo emanom ekwan na omo mrama ye Ghana card no na hunya pa eno na ebeche so we Ghana ni ebedu mrebi abofra na pomudin ensensam so ebetumi ahia Ghana card ebia na kwaye passport e de ma bofrei eye Ghana card ana ebia wonye mfie dunsiampo e de eko na twasa bofrei etumi ye bank transaction eno nso ahia Ghana card eno nti no omo esra se awofo ni nya wonom na omo ntumi emeye Ghana card no ebi.
There's an LI 211 that makes it mandatory for your Ghana card to be used in terms of any transactions where identification is required. And also, we are all aware, your Ghana card PIN is now your health insurance number, it is your SNIT number, it's your TIN number. So meaning that a child who is being registered here automatically has a SNIT number, it has a TIN number, and it has a national health insurance number. It means that that child does not need to go and register for health insurance again. As part of the SDG goals in 2030, it says that legal identity for all, including birth registration. It is based on that the government has tasked us to start the registration of the children from 6 years and above. So if you see me here today, we started on the 5th of May. And it is important, as the Executive Secretary of the authority, I come around to see how the registration process is going. We are not going to end there. It's a nationwide that we are starting. We decided to start from voter and OT. So from here, I'll move to the OT region to also check to see how the registration is going on. So far, it's been good.
Mi boremu ewo nsamfu from odofo ne kwakopiemu ewo otumfo wo say tutu otosu mienu ono na etisi kanwoma so asantenyene nyansabo akwa nidin ani King Solomon edima ya penso ono no kase empunu esinso ayese nana ewo nana mi bo dia na mama mi mu ase epia o oni ya mami Lady Julia na ni animonyamfo pi etumi asiamu ewo mensia Jubilee War ewo art award na se eno na tourism minister Ablazefa Gomasi enso ekohobi eni papi ekase event babua ama Ghana amamre eni tourism etumi agina ewo mangana pa na yenhwe said ye niam esi bi ekoso ewo mensia Jubilee War wa bla otumfo 82 awotosumienu eni Lady Julia etumi ehia ewo art awards no as
hear from the Chief Executive Officer of the National Trust Commission of the Kingdom.
Guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. It is my deepest sense of humility and profound respect legacy and for providing a platform that recognizes not just the talent of today, but the cultural heritage that echoes established by His Majesty, King Mswati III. The warmth of our welcome today serves as a vivid reminder of the shared values of the two monarchs, heritage and artistic preservation that unite our two great nations. This current collaboration, the awards. Thank you for the invitation to witness this second edition, which stands as a testament to the enduring power of the creative and regards of our own cultural custodians to this gathering of excellence.
Namikasa yensemi refiners tapo international ene ekrami mu amede ensemi edema edachina eye fiada nonso nefa na wa so ne so abre na wukomu libuno wonya bedu fiduemu wa Kristo Yesu ebema wa home eye mpa friend says specific prayer e Taifa Johnson baby spare parts for no wona omochi wa ene wo si wa also show of TV ana osofu gidigidi na nyame nam na so Apostle Paul Kofi Odro wa mani tumi ahoden ani ayedi hu na de wo sunsumo no uba na bebo mpa ye ni wia ono betrase baako ne baako so afi niema bia da hintaw no obeda ne dia tro na wa tro no poma sibre timitomi nsade fro sebra ni enkamom eni enkunim mi piamu wonsefu fro ma mi kokopiamu ewo kranka benya na ningna no ya krankrafo ani age se wode market project kese bi aba wo memo friend say 24-hour economy market enu na DC efa Patrick akase project aba ma adwuma ye ni sikasem enya nkoso afi market no ebenya clinic nursery school fire station police post pharmacy and afi bank okase project ababua amani papi etumi enya adwuma na yentie ensem DC efa Patrick etimi editu eja
security region officer awufi kroma o ya kan so nkokra awaba retire and abano asamna to eyi
model trana jumedi ase ene ya e handle site ma you wait ma share jumedi ase
ye din di ye hwema ye hu no abushafo ba bia dusu ye ba I am a Nigerian was a person sabri minimum 80 a shiamu. Young say, Sir Mansley Biabaconima. Jina and Yama the Piso. Bako, say, even a campa after so. Nanum, Mampanini Rana, Yabontuano, Eba Primu, and the two just say. Say, Yatwapa at the Manoa. What did the IFN 24-hour economy ebeba? Yet the IFN the Women Development Bank ebeba. And I did the IFN 24-hour economy market and so eba. Abusina for Yasha bar and then Yajinaha Ebetiswa. 24-hour economy market, you know, the whole Krasan of Kanka.
Yediani Koko Piemu, our crow for Manso, a ho and a crow for Manso and Henny. Now say Asante Bedia Tuo, our Tosumienu, Abomantie, Nibonia Foko se, 1 year suku down for fra, Wabesienumu Ebony, Naninano Ayo Olam Ghana, and Etimi Ababuasi Suku Nesio, or Nenica say, Suku Nanya Hotel, and I guess also, yes, I do now bedruha, and your Quabrani, send ni 3 and the 2 trinie. Now what dim Kwadai be, when ni Sika Diko Hotel guest house. Now I ha, Nanya Ratarata and Quasiatupa, and Omuja on Omubu, a horn Abacona will be in the galley. No, Musiwa, now where to Fantana, where to Koku, Obeko Quablani, Nanya Bonano, Wasia was me woman 9. And no, Anna, what Tramusay, and once soon yet Janabia. Obi to me sada, and a daxia teacher need to know. Ubakwana Quabrani, what to me a Janine, Eddie Egusu, Obi Quadani de Ayam Tuo, Anani, Emuya Ding, Opipa, Edinpa. And no, any says, Sanya Maway, and you can say a coso, I was Suku Fufra, or Modiabano. Now what the Mrai Muya Dimpa, Ebaba, Amo Bosukuno, and home Ebine, Yentie and some, Nana was say Asante, Bedia Tuo, or Tosumino, etimi attitude.
A school dive for crazy. Eso, and young woman. Ubia besides ye cry, then ye Yanso, the Anasier, ye Cassu, ye Boho by ye. Name woman, ye said it what ye tears and say, and your hotel, and then your guest house, and then your Airbnb. And ye die, my hands, you miss him one. Send a bayer, a moon and Tochima, neck betcha my and Bravo Lion. Wow, betum running here. Send your man and Brandy TV over fashion. Bravo Lion, a high new fee, a high new hotel, a high new guest house, and a wire in your wangas now will pay. Your minor at the and your honey benuma cigarette, your honey benum, and your honey bear party, your honey benumonsa, your by you see my say a district dine, I am making a musia, and no quani the bay, you be a babrus will be a watumra, wow, betum running here. Send your man and Brandy TV over fashion. Utombra ni kan from ba him
wo anumu nu amede wuye nsama itwatomu nu Kwa South MC David Efa Sebonsu enso etimi esebo se or the Dax ebema suku nu sane ebe ya ometimi atena se esua ade ye yentie ni nsama ono nso etimi edituja
yenso so municipal assembly ni ayeka ene se olamfo etimi abaye adefefe ya mayen ya Yansu Municipal Assembly yɛbɛhwɛ sɛ enkonkodru September mu no na yɛde nkonwa aba abɛhyɛ ɛdan no mu ɛma na ɛsukufoɔ no anya baabi pa ɛnso so atra yɛasɛmobɔ sɛ bɛyɛ a olamfo adwuma no ɛnyɛ kwanti abere bi a aban bɛfrɛ sɛ yɛmfa school feeding mmra mɛka yɛn schools a yɛwɔ ne hɔ no sɛ yɛ baako pɛ mpo a Medebema for mass of work. It is a maybe free Chinrase, na ye bibi. It is a buy and with the coach Chinrase. It is a say MC Ayo woman. Now, know that they're there. Nana Madame, I'm a sobo. school feeding sabakopem.
Aha, and a brother mammy quine, not don't grave, balcon, and some of your bob one was off. And you make us your boy, I will mind Ghana more, and I'm on in Semono. Mason for Nana Quasi Amufa. Mina Ghana for you na ajimatum sa aba kanka se bo. Aye chilemu ye, ewa kanka sema. Mina midikan yatabia bosubodi edi abome. Mina midin semi ebe sum wo edi fa Ghana home. Koso nani entina, nemum edechina fiada. Refiners Tapo International to and Safro. Bra, now so bebo empire friends specific prayers nibi. Unsu enya ufa hudie any ochie. And check us and confirm any tapo kwa summit. Oba anita on fe nyami shwa enyo kase. Enton super enfengu so afe. Na numo dede. Esta dede. Numo on chakasi enso enkoma. Ewo baby biada uwo. Sanso ena. EMD pharmacy. Mudi debia ye mutivi na haya ne da ewa la pasi. Mabiemu obi obeto duro bia duru ho na waka na wo hwebi obagina awamti pharmacy uni anom tiakase enkonfama ho mo afimi fiera wonso mechia mangana fo na samwan tiakase enkoma ho afi Mr. Teddy Mr. One Brown and afi nsono Mr. Lawrence nyaminton super emfa engumu so mechia gana fo ina na mom tie na menso ma mo hwe me TikTok nso mechia mo eda eye enwumrei Mesanso aba wakwemu the church wabla no mochi etunyabo ni mahwefo ina moni hwe a